Well,
Oh, you're working today.
yeah.
Hey, Nancy.
Yeah, that color looks so pretty on you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna just do it right now. No, I don't know. I will have to say, I'll go say hi to her. Where is this? Let me see. I'll go say hi.
Sure. I have a pen. I have a pen.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good smiles, yes. It's good to see everyone. I'm glad to have you here this afternoon with us, all those that are watching online as well. And we will begin by standing together and singing our opening song. It's right on the front of your songbook. So please stand and join us.
Your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, your children sing, flow through us now in everything, every day. In every way, our prayer is this. Everywhere, let love be there, and so it is. Sing the time. Father, Mother, God, your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, your children sing, flow through us now in everything. To the bottom. Father, Mother, God, your children pray, be love in us in every way.
Please be seated. Let's just prepare for our meditation. Just begin to relax. And I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. And just follow your breath for a moment and check in to see if there's any stress or tightness in your body and allow that to just drain away. Let's take our 3 deep fellowship breaths together with an audible ah on the out breath, and that out breath ah, we're just going to release any tension and all the busyness and doingness of the day. So breathing in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And let's put our hands on our hearts and bring our full attention as we consciously go within to this sacred center. We bring our full attention to the one divine presence. We experience being held in the embrace of a loving God, a spirit that eternally fills us with life. We affirm an infinite wisdom that illuminates us, a divine intelligence that inspires our thoughts and actions with clarity, kindness, and compassion. Guided by this force of love, we open to the harmony and peace that flows through us, as us, in ever-increasing frequency. Freely and easily, we accept and participate in this flow of love in ways that are unique to each of us, making use of our gifts, talents, and resources for the good of all. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much. We have some special music today from our Reverend Julie Ross, and we haven't seen her for some time, so please let's give her a very warm welcome.
Thanks so much, everyone. It's good to be back. I'm going to play a song. See where it was President Pete. So I'll be singing this song a little lower than how it's normally played. It's real strange. You need a microphone? No, I have a mic. I misplaced my capo and I clamped it right here. On your chair? No, that's just the bell. It's really bizarre. I know I had it out, but. Thank you for being patient with me. The hushed white snow this winter's night that sparkles as it's hit by light. It brings to mind the one whose love abound. As each dawn the day draws to a close, and hearts are lit with fires that glow, the greater light and warmth my heart surrounds. Our love, our light in peace and might ignites our souls, set hearts aright. Each one of us is called as one and all. The message now is still the same, to share our love and feel the pain. Let's come together, time to heed the call. Like snowflakes, beauty in each one, design created by the one, so two, we are connected by the love. With grateful hearts lit by the flame, together strong our spirits sing. Peace and goodwill to all things, one and all. Peace and goodwill to all things, one and all.
Thank you, Julie. Beautiful. That's one of yours, isn't it?
Sorry?
That's one of yours?
That is one of my songs.
Wonderful. Thank you so
I wrote
much.
it in December of 2020.
So, just a reminder that in your packet that was on your seat, you have that connection card. So if you would like to write any names or situations or conditions on there that you would like for us to pray for later in the service, and also send to our prayer team, you can be thinking about that as the service goes on, and we'll collect those when we do the donation collection later. So now we're going to sing together again a fellowship song, one of, I think, everyone's favorites. Please turn to page 8. And please stand to sing Don't Put Your Limits on My God.
Yeah, good.
Don't put your limits on my God. Tell me what I must believe. If God's going to do His work, He must be free. Don't put Him in a little box and say you must be orthodox. For the love of God's unlimited to me. Since the beginning of creation, as we worship these gods, in the hills and on the plains and by the sea, He's made rules and regulations that have passed through generations of the way to worship God properly. Don't put your limits on my God. Don't tell me what I must believe. If God's going to do the work, she must be free. Don't put her in a little box and say you must be orthodox. For the love of God's unlimited to me. There are rules for how to pray, rituals for every day, that will teach us how to love the Lord our God. But what is even stranger, there really is a danger that we're worshiping the rules instead of God. Don't put your limits on my God. Tell me what I must believe. If God's going to do His work, He must be free. Don't put her in a little box and say you must be orthodox. For the love of God's unlimited to me. Unlimited, unlimited. He's high in the skies, well as deep beside me. He's the universal principle of love, through eternity.
We did the kid. Oh, this is our namaste time. Oh, yeah.
It's good to have that. Standing down, getting out. It's good for the strength in our legs.
Mary,
Please
Mary.
tell everyone.
Can I can do it.
Dan, Rio guy, and then
Nice to see you.
Hey, Sue. You get a Mary hug?
And yoga. She didn't work with school. She was like in Chelsea. So then, okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
That's not where I do.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. It's always good to watch all of the letters and hugs. We are going to have our message this afternoon from our Reverend Kai Sorensen. He's a graduate of our School of Ministry here at the Fellowship, and I'd love for you all to give him a very warm welcome.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hear you loud and clear.
Good afternoon. Good to be up here for once in a while. Good to see you all. For those of you who have been present when I've spoken before, one of the things that I think humorously a little bit was that I always brought a lot of books and talked to people about what I've learned about those books. I do have a book that we're going to start with today. As a, it's somewhat of a opportunity for you to think about in a prayer situation that will internalize, I hope, for you to understand a little bit about what's going to come in my talk. The title of my talk today is I've Become Comfortably Numb. If you're not familiar with Pink Floyd, it won't make a difference for you, but at the end I think you'll understand why I chose that title. What we want to do is I want to have you close your eyes and give you somewhat of an opportunity to go inside and listen and let yourself release. This is from Mark Nepo, The Book of Awakening, and I highly recommend it. The title is We Are Rare. With our hands full of groceries, our heads full of things to do, our hearts full of memories and our dreams full of plans, we tend to think that if we can only get away or finish crossing off the things that list, we can only undo what has been done or do what needs to be done, we might then live more completely, more perfectly. But we are human beings, flawed, colorful beings that eat plans and memories for food. There's a deep paradox at work in us, for although we aspire to self-mastery and peace of mind, we are only momentarily whole. As conscious beings living in bodies, we are worn down by the days until we flash open to everything. These are moments of enlightenment, when the clarity and compassion of centuries rise in us, and we are suddenly more than we are, only to trip on the garbage the very next day or do something hurtful the very minute that we love someone. I used to think of these come-downs as failures, as evidence that I wasn't trying hard enough, and they would prick me with slivers of inadequacy. I often felt discouraged, and if there was something essential I just couldn't learn. For a while, I felt deeply flawed. But I've come to understand that this is why earthiness of our human condition is not to be corrected or eliminated or transcended, just accepted. We are in moments pure and aegis in light, and with the next breath, we drop things or bruise the treasures of a lifetime. We need to soothe ourselves, not blame our wonders ourselves. We are rare, not perfect, and seem destined to know all there is briefly, only to pound it into bread. I am under renovation, and I'm comfortably on. I've spoken to this congregation several times and have spoken about several topics regarding ACIM, ministry travel to other churches, law of attraction, 4 agreements, and nonviolent communication. And movies, too long to list. All of these presentations were aimed at you, to get something like I have, and in fact, the same get that I did. My point is that if you got it, then I was rewarded, having shared it. To put it in another way, if I was able to pass along my awareness, I've changed you, and that would validate my awareness. What I have found, though, through my renovation, is that I no longer need to be accepted by you, or by anyone. The second agreement has been my guide. Just as practicing the second agreement, I have broken dozens of teeny tiny agreements that caused me to suffer. I am willing at this time to engage myself fully in the process of transformation that may require me to release beliefs that I had held so true. If I understand at this moment I am a body frequency, that my body will shift in frequency, I have begun to feel the energies come through me. Enlightened is not a single moment of revelation, but a continuous expression of consciousness through presence and practice. It takes me to a different place, a different frequency, a different knowing. Coming to fellowship in any space that supports your consciousness. Yoga with Julie, walking with Fenner and Sue, reading Bill's books, and all the musicians, and the Death Cafe. Your vibration, as Esther says, will raise your vibration and cannot go back. It's always expanding. I become that which I tend, and I cannot be that I am not. I intend to expand in all the books, movies, songs, even parking spots at the mall. Find me. It's a knowing, and it's comforting. The metaphor of renovating a house, the foundation is there, the construction of the frame, adding the windows, mirrors, bathrooms, roof, allows me to feel what's new and what's still in place. My hero at this point in time is a comedic genius. And he has taken his person off of him. He's no longer Jim Carrey. I do not have the need to be accepted. I am loving everything that is around me because I am loving myself. I'm at peace and I live in a state of bliss. When I really see others as they are, even if they lie to me, it's okay. I will find that I don't need to trust others as much as I need to trust myself to make the right choices. Some of you probably have already been to the play or to the movie of Wicked and Defying Gravity. And I want to repeat some of the lyrics of that song for you because it applies to me. Something has changed within me. Nothing or something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing, too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts, close my eyes, and be. I'm through accepting limits because somebody says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but I'll try. You never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess the lost well, but that's love. It comes at much too high a cost. So I want to close with another quote from Nepo. The wisdom to survive. My mom said that she learned how to swim. Someone took her out to the lake and threw her off the boat. That's how she learned how to swim. I said, Mom, they weren't trying to teach you how to swim. Reframing what happens to us can be a healthy way to survive terrible things, or it can become a veil of denial that keeps us from moving on. Often we simply have to trust that we will see the truth of things when we are strong enough and ready. Yet the danger is not seeing things as they are or were, is that we start to believe that in order to learn something, we need someone to throw us off the boat or out of the relationship. If we can't see the difference between the cruelty and the hardship we experience and the wisdom waiting on our reflex to survive, we can find ourselves needing crisis and pain in order to learn. While much learning comes from crisis and pain, not all of it needs to. We don't need something to go wrong in order to change. Namaste.
Kingdom Faith Guide. Page 35. Every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
Thank you, Kai. So each Sunday I've been saying, this is the time in our service when we pause and fill our hearts with gratitude and find the blessings in our lives. And I'm going to keep saying that. No matter what is going on around us, in our lives, on the TV, in the news, no matter what, let us stop and take this moment to find the gifts in our lives and the blessings. They are there, and we can find them. It's also a time when we all express our gratitude to everyone for your generosity with the fellowship, with your generous donations that allow us to meet every Sunday afternoon and experience these wonderful hugs and smiles and the love in this room. So John is going to bring around the basket. Remember to put your prayer cards in there if you have one. And Corey will guide us in I Am Grateful.
Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. We are grateful. Grateful, 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 we are
So let's all bring out our bulletins and together read the blessing of our tithes and offerings. The light
of divine love shines eternally, blessing and multiplying our tithes and offerings. I joyously give, knowing I always have enough to share and to spare.
And let's take another moment to go within. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. As we extend our love to all those mentioned in the basket today. May all those held close in your hearts find their way to a place within where they can see their wholeness and perfection and health and safety. And may that guide them in their choices and decisions in their daily lives to manifest everything they need. Everything, including perfect health and abundance, joy and peace, and the feeling of being loved to their very core. And together we say, and so it is. And now Julie has another song for us.
Great news. I found my cake.
Oh, good. Where was it?
Oh, at that place.
Over there?
Just got up and walked over there.
This is not an original song, but it is a good one. It's kind of a reminder to not become comfortably numb. I walk these streets
Thank you, Corey and Julie, for your beautiful music. Thank you so much. Let's give them up. And thank you very much, Kai, for your message. It's not easy to stand up and say, I don't care what people think. It's not an easy thing to say, but it's definitely in keeping with the 4 agreements. So thank you for your message. Let's give Kai another thank you. And I have some announcements. I wanted you to know that in your bulletin, you have a blue and white card that lists all of the events and services for the rest of this month, the special things that are going on, and they're in there for you to take home with you. So put them on your refrigerator, and you'll have all the information that you need.
There's a little error.
I think that Samantha did, so on the fellowship potluck, at the very end, it says 5 o'clock, and I think that's because it's after service. So, yeah, but it's after our service as usual. So just to, walk through this quickly, we have the Waldemar Walk on the 1st. We went through the remembrance service. The next up is our Christmas party, so please put that on your calendar. We're going to have some sing-along, Christmas songs, some games, and it's a potluck, hors d'oeuvres and snacks. And then on the 22nd, we'll have our Christmas sing-along carol service. Christmas Eve service is on the 24th, of course, at a little bit different time. It's at 6 p.m. this year. And then I also want to call your attention to the fact that our dear Barb Seiler is going to be speaking on A Course in Miracles. It's a Zoom call, so anyone can join on December 14th at 12 p.m. This is one of the monthly dialogues that Leroy Harvey puts together. And you can find all the information on Facebook, one of our events. You can also find the information in our e-announcements. I have the Zoom link with me. If you want to come up after service, I can write that down for you. The other thing I want to mention is that we still have all of our alternative sale items out in the hall here. Hoping to get our final tally up as much as possible. So if you're looking for some Christmas gifts or you see anything that sparks your interest, please take a look out there. And then finally, I want to talk more about our outreach project for this year. I mentioned it briefly, I think, Sunday before last. But we're going to be collecting warm hats and scarves and gloves, gently used or new. We're going to collect them and leave them here for people who might come in needing food, and while they're here, we could offer them also some warm hat and scarf and gloves. So go through your closets. I took some time this week to look through mine and came up with quite a little stash of contributions. And we're also going to take donations for the tiny pantry as well. And there's a jar out there. There's a big box out in the hall if you want to donate the hat you wore in today. I'm just kidding. But it'll be here next Sunday up through the end of the month. And I think that's it. Unless anyone else has anything to add, let's get into our peace circle and say our closing blessing. And thank you again for being here.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God is within us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. That's the truth.
Okay to shut things down? Forgot to plug in that thing.
Julie did.
No, that thing that was I was
She did.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Oh. Plugged in. And then I forgot to look.
Yeah, she did it. I watched her.
Okay, good.